Hi guys, Borky here and welcome to part 15 of my challenge to take on the 1984 campaign of Cold Waters. So without further ado, we're picking up from the last mission I completed. So on this mission here we are to look for enemy replenishment resources, and let's get into the game and see how we get on finding those. Okay, no contact yet, so if I hang out here I'm hoping I'll run into them. I believe the brief was somewhere in the Greenland Sea, which is where I am. Oh, there's a submarine after me. Ah, there's the replenishment resources, that's what I want, I think. Or at least I suspect that's them.
On sonar, lost contact. Last bearing 108. Contact faded.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, so
Come left to 108. Helm I.
just checking I'm on the right kind of heading there, which I think I am, so that's all good. Now then, here comes the sonar picture starting to come through. Yep, there we go. There's contact. They're both using active though, so possibility of them detecting me already, which I hope they don't, but you never know. Right, let's get these classified up, and then we should be able to get an accurate fire solution, hopefully. I'm having trouble finding the classification of this, which is strange.
Make depth 4, 5 feet, dive by.
I'm thinking if I come to periscope depth, raise my scope, have a good look around, and then I should be able to get better classification and also get an accurate distance to target. Because it might be quite far away as well, that could be throwing me off. But according to the current solution, they're actually quite close, but that can be dubious at best, so we'll see. There we go, Cresta 2. Right.
Sierra 1 is classified as escort. Con maneuvering, making turns for 2 knots.
Passing 400 feet.
Sometimes I'd often use time compression here, but I'm dubious with that just because they're already using active sonar. Potentially they're quite close. So I could end up with a whole world of hurt coming down on me real fast if I'm just trying to speed things up just for the sake of it. That I think could be a yes. That's a biologic. That's a whale. Okay.
Sonar Sierra 3 is classified as biologic.
So one enemy combatant and one whale. Right.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Upscope.
Okay. So I've got a Kara and a Cresta.
Make depth 50 feet. Make depth 100 feet, dive by.
Sometimes I find you've got to range find a couple of times as well, because often the first range find isn't 100% accurate.
Downscope.
Well, seeing as I've only got 2 enemy contacts, it's looking like these aren't the replenishment resources, which is a shame. But oh well, not to worry.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Oh, there we go. There's the
Sonar, we are cavitating.
RBU depth charges. So they've got a rough idea where I am, so time to increase speed, go deeper. But at least my target's found the target. My torpedo even has found the target. What am I even talking about there? Talking nonsense. Right. As always, when I've got a wide guided torpedo, I'm increasing my depth with ballast control only, or changing my depth with ballast control. That way, keep nice and level.
Sonar, no longer
No faster than 15 knots. Usually gives you the best possibility of keeping the wire attached to the torpedo.
06. Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, so he's trying to evade as always.
Fire control. Weapon acquired.
There we go. Any moment now, hopefully, should have him.
Passing 300 feet.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Master, 1. Last bearing, 1. 0. 0. Contact breaking up.
Right, there we go. First target down.
Passing 400 feet.
Right, well I know the second target is around here somewhere, so I'm just waiting for my torpedo to lock onto that. I didn't think it was quite this far away, but we'll
Passing 500
have
feet.
to see how that goes. This is further away than I thought, so I'll put my torpedo active. Hopefully that'll help locate it for me. Oh, there's a torpedo away about there, so
Con,
there we
sonar,
go.
regained contact on. Master, 2. Bearing, 0. 4. 8.
There he is. And there's my previous target already going to the Davy Jones. So, oh, my torpedo's pretty close to this other guy.
Torpedo room. Tube 4 ready.
Con, sonar, noisemaker, bearing, 0. 5. 3.
Countermeasures as always.
Passing 700 feet.
But that's why I wire guide, because it improves your chances of hitting the target. Although Mark 48s are good on their own, but yeah. When you've still got the wire attached, it's
Con,
pretty
control.
much
Weapon acquired.
a given conclusion that if you're that close to the target, you're going to swing it around in time and kill it.
Con,
Oh,
sonar,
another torpedo launched,
noisemaker,
okay.
bearing, 0. 6. 2.
He's doing a good job of trying to evade my torpedo, I'll give him that.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Master,
There he
2.
is.
Last bearing, 0.
Done.
6.
Thank you very
7.
much.
Contact breaking up.
Okay, so weapons and aircraft nearby. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Weapons nearby, easy enough. Aircraft, that makes things a little bit harder.
Make depth 1000 feet. Dive by.
So when you've got aircraft, you've got to
0. 5. 8.
try and slip
L9.
away more than anything else. You know, if you try and run fast with aircraft, they're going to detect you quite easily.
Dive at 1000 feet. Dive by.
So sometimes what I do, I try and get away at about 10 knots and no faster than that, just for that reason. A bit like tortoise and hare, sometimes actually going slower gets you further.
Come left to 0, 0, 0. Helm aye. Make turns for 1, 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Okay, so that's that mission done. Yeah, although there wasn't what I was after, which is a shame. I bet that's it there. Just below that submarine, that's where that'll be it. The game is going to make me fight through these other subs first. I know it is.
Quiet.
Make turns for 2 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I hope those of you that watch these videos do benefit from it as well, and you know, if you're quite new to the game or you're not sure how to get out of certain situations, I hope by watching some of my videos it will give you an idea what to do and how to play the game better. You know, it's like anything. Sometimes you got to be smarter, not harder. Just you know, think about what you're doing. Be careful with your tactics. Be careful how much noise you make. Sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes, you know, you detect it straight away and you just got to run for it and get into a fight. Other times you got to try and plan it out a bit better, especially if you're using a submarine which is the noisiest and the most easily detectable of the boats available to you. So it's like anything's possible,
Come left to
but you've got to
0. Helm
you got to
aye.
think about what you're doing sometimes to be successful.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 2 knots.
Okay, so that one's a kilo.
Sierra 1 is classified as come left to 2, 0, 1. Helm aye.
I've noticed in the 84 campaign,
Switching to passive search.
I tend to come up against a fair number of kilo class submarines, which are still diesel boats, but they are the best of the diesel boats available to my enemies.
Launch transient from Sierra 1.
I suppose it's probably like the November class boats in the 1968 campaign, because I came up against a lot of November class boats in the 68 campaign. And yes, for those of you who don't know, I tend to refer to submarines as boats a lot. The reason being because in general,
Sonar, noisemaker bearing
Royal
2,
Navy
0,
parlance,
2.
the correct term for a submarine is actually a boat, not a ship.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 2, 0, 1.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 1, 9,
And
7.
that's the end of him. As always, weapons nearby, but evade the weapons,
Steady course.
and then
Come left
I'll be
to
one step closer to actually
174.
getting to my
Helm
actual objective. Now, those torpedoes are going straight over the top of me, they're gone, that's fine.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Con, helm, steady course.
For those of you who don't know as well, a lot of the missions I play do look like they're quite easy, but that's only because I've played the game quite a long time now, and yeah, I do find some of the levels now easy, but I sort of know what I'm doing as well. There's little tips and tricks. So for example, I always, where possible, on the map screen when I'm going to my objective, if I have the opportunity to fight where the water's deeper, I will do that, if I can. I will also try and be sneaky where possible as well, as much as possible. When I want to classify surface contacts, I will always come to periscope depth, because also as well, you can visually get a visual ID on a contact, range find it, and before you know it, you've got it classified, you've got the range, so you've got your distance, and your firing solution's already set straight away. And even if you don't have enough time
Sonar, Sierra 1
to go through the
is
solar,
classified as submerged
go through the
submarine.
sonar window screen to get the right classification. If the very least, if you get a laser range distance, if nothing else, you have range to target, so you have a 95% fire solution straight away.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Okay, Sierra 1's firing, but I don't think that's going to do him much good. Especially as I'm quite deep. Them torpedoes, I don't think they'll find me down here. Could be wrong, but I don't think they will.
Con
Passing 700 feet.
Yeah, it's going to go down a bit deeper. Like I said before, with these, with a skipjack-class boat, you can comfortably take it down to 1,000 feet. Because test depth, which all submarines have a test depth,
Passing 800 feet.
it is never crush depth ever.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
And for American submarines,
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing.
test depth is usually about 2/3 of actual crush depth.
Con sonar, torpedo in the
Oh,
water.
okay,
torpedo
well that's
in
the
the
keeler
water,
gone, but there's a
bearing
torpedo coming for me.
115.
From over there, so there's another sub. Probably, more than likely, yeah. That'll be another submarine.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
Oh no, that looks airdropped actually.
Passing 900
Okay.
feet.
Well, I quickly shot one off down the bearing there, now it's time to get myself out of trouble here.
Passing 1,000 feet.
But evading your enemies in deep water is easier than if you're trying to fight in shallow water.
Make depth 1000 feet. Dive high.
Come right to 073, helm aye.
Con.
Come right to 072, helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Well, I think I'm out of the way out of the way of the
Con
torpedo
sonar,
now, so
switching to active search.
I've gone to ultra quiet to improve my detection ability, but also I've done
Shoot tube
active
2.
sonar
Aye, sir.
just to try and get a quick fix on my target.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
As you can tell with the skipjack,
Contact bearing
even with active
098,
sonar,
designated Sierra
there it
2.
is. You can tell it's the least capable
Con sonar,
submarine when it comes to
Sierra 2
detection
is
ability.
classified as submerged submarine.
I think the range is set as being a lot shorter than it is with the other submarines you can use.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 102.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
There it is. So again, kilo submarine. What's that? 4 kilo submarines I've had on the trot now. So yeah, quite easy little mission really.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 106.
And there he goes. Okay.
Come left to 001. Helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, so there we go. There's a another submarine. Oh dear. It looks like I'm taking a whole wolf pack just to get to my intended target. What's that all about? Crazy.
On sonar, new contact.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Although I'm running out of torpedoes, actually that is a concern.
Con, sonar, new contact bearing 147. Designated Sierra 2.
I'm going to have to be very careful here. Do I?
Con, sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged
That's
submarine.
enough for us. That makes a nice change. Okay. And that I believe looks like a biologic, a whale. So definitely 1 Alpha class submarine, 2 torpedoes.
Con, sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as biologic.
Yeah, okay, it's definitely a whale. Okay, so I think the plan here then is use 1 torpedo, hopefully wide guide it
Depth 1,
all the way to my
0,
target
0
if I don't
feet,
break
dive
the wire. But first of all, I'm going to go down nice and deep as always. Because if nothing else, it takes an enemy torpedo longer to come and find you if you're down very deep, assuming their torpedo has the ability to find you. I say that because set 65s are quite bad actually.
Make
If you're down a lot deeper than a set 65,
maneuvering
it won't find you. But some of the more modern torpedoes can. Yeah, there he is. Good solution on him. I must admit, I do love though the way the Alpha class subs always look. They look so sleek.
Con, sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
It's a bit geeky, but I think they're definitely beautiful looking submarines.
Sierra 1.
I think if I could ever have the money to own a submarine, you know,
Passing 1,000 feet.
no limits, no restrictions, money not a problem. I think I would actually buy an Alpha class if that were possible.
Turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, so let a couple of torpedoes go at me, but I should be able to avoid them quite easily. Like I say, if they're at the early set 65s, there's no chance of them finding me anyway. So that is the downside I'm finding with this game. I love this game a lot. I do. I play it a lot. I love it.
Con, sonar, noisemaker bearing.
But on
0,
elite
6,
difficulty,
9.
it's almost
Fire control, weapon countermeasure.
quite a lot of a grind in some cases. Because, you know, you see your objective, like I've seen my objective on the map. I know where it is.
Con, fire control, weapon counter.
Con, sonar, noisemaker
And that's the end of
bearing.
him.
0,
And,
6, 5.
oh, no, not quite. That's me talking for you. So I'll have to guide that back onto target.
Con
There we go.
sonar lost
Take 2.
contact.
That's the end of him.
Sierra 1, last bearing
But
0,
yeah,
6, 6. Contact
as I was saying, you
breaking
know,
up.
it's often I find these days you've got to grind quite a bit really to get to your intended objective. You know, I know where my intended objective is, but I've encountered like 3 enemy submarines en route, or 3 groups of enemy submarines en route to my target. So I think that's a bit unrealistic. To be fair, I don't think there'd be that many submarines packed into one area. But anyway, that's the end of him. It's a shame though, because like I said, I do love how the Alphas looked. I think they're great looking boats. Right. Okay, there was Call of Victors in there as well. Right, okay, I didn't detect them. Okay. Right, finally, hopefully now this will be my intended target. But I've only got 1 torpedo.
On sonar, lost contact. Last
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay.
come right to 105. Helm I.
Okay, so
Depth 4,
as
5
this
feet,
is
dive
a replenishment resource only
Con
mission.
sonar, new contact bearing 104.
There he is,
Designated
there's a
0,
target.
2. Con helm.
There should
Heading
only
course.
be 1
Con sonar, new contact.
ship I need to sink, and that'll be the merchant.
Turns for 2 knots. Maneuvering eye. Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Okay, so there's a Kawa destroyer, a guided missile destroyer, DDG.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
Merchant, yeah, the Don. That's what I want. That is my target. So I've got 1 torpedo and 1 target.
Con sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
As long as I sink the merchant and get away, it's a mission success.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 2 knots.
Upscope.
Okay, where are they? Bingo. That is what I want right there. The other targets I'm not interested in, but as long as I get this one, I win. I've got 1 torpedo, so I've got 1 shot. I could get my range on him, right.
Downscope.
I don't see where the escort is, but I don't mind really, because I'm after the Don. That's all I want. I'm loading up here on my countermeasures because obviously I've only got 1 actual weapon, so
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
let 1 decoy go, because I'm
Shoot 2-6.
going to be detected
Aye,
from the
sir.
firing of the torpedo, so I want them to go for the wrong target, which would be the decoy.
Passing 100 feet. Passing 200 feet.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Passing 300 feet.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Just letting the decoy go there as well. Just try and confuse them. That's why I'm keeping my speed nice and low. I want to make as little sound as I can. And hopefully their torpedoes will go after both my decoys. Alright, well at least my torpedo is still wired to the boat, which is good.
Passing 400 feet.
Bit of time compression there to speed things up a little bit.
Passing 500 feet.
You got to be careful using
Passing
time compression as
600
well.
feet.
It's easy to lose track of what you're doing.
Passing 700 feet.
There have been times in the past where I've literally been not paying attention, and you know, I've run my boat into the floor, seafloor at like 15 knots plus. That's
Con, torpedo
basically
room
it. Game over.
2-5 ready.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Okay, the weapons acquired. That's all good. I'm just going to try and start thinking about slipping away now.
Come left to 339.
I've got no weapons left to fight with, so it's time to get out of dodge for me.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 1. Last bearing 08.
Okay.
Contact breaking up.
So that constitutes a mission success, and now all I've got to do is slip away without getting detected and destroyed in the process.
Passing 800 feet.
Shoot 2-4.
There we go.
Aye, sir.
Launching a decoy, just create maximum confusion from the enemy.
257. Helm aye.
Make depth 1000 feet. Dive aye. Con, dive at 1000 feet. Dive aye.
Okay, enemy vessels nearby. Okay. Anyway, weapons nearby I don't mind so much, because the weapons I can tell have been fired are, you know, I'm not in danger from at the moment. But enemy vessels, yeah, okay. I've got to be careful. Got to might have to sweep the baffles, as it's known, which basically means check behind you, make sure there's nothing coming.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 2. Last bearing 107. Contact is in the baffles.
It's in the baffles, yeah, okay. For those who are not acquainted with that term, baffles basically just means an area roughly 60 degrees directly behind you. Because what happens is, in that area, it's the noise of your own submarine that's being detected, and therefore you can't hear the enemy. So often submariners, what they will do is, every so often, they'll make a sharp turn either to one direction or the other, just to detect is there anything sneaking up behind them. And the Russians used to use something known as doing a crazy Ivan, because Russian boats are historically a lot more noisy than US and UK submarines, so they would often be detected and followed around, especially during the height of the Cold War. So every so often, a Russian submarine would do what's known as a crazy Ivan, which is basically do a complete 180 degree turn and go straight back in the direction it came. And sometimes there would have been a British or an American boat trading close behind, and collisions have happened due to that, or very close near misses have happened as a result of this crazy Ivan manoeuvre.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 069. Contact faded.
Okay, so that's the mission complete. I must admit I got away a bit easier than I expected. I put that down to the fact that I was in deep water. It is a lot easier to fight and to evade and do everything you want to do in deep water. So where possible, you've got to try and find deep water, especially with a skipjack or some other, or if you're using a different submarine, maybe on a single mission, or one of the mods where you're using a very early Russian submarine. Deep water is your friend. So let's get back to base, because I need to rearm for sure. always under siege again. Yeah, there you go, return to Holy Lock, to the base. Okay guys, there you go, mission successful. Thank you very much for watching. Walkie out.